Confidence isn't something you either have or don't have. It's built or broken by small, repeated habits, most of which happen so automatically you don't even notice them. You don't lose confidence in one dramatic moment. You lose it in 1,000 tiny ones. A comment you swallow, a comparison you make, an apology you didn't need to give. The good news is that if habits can quietly tear confidence down, they can just as easily be replaced with ones that build it back up. Below are 9 of the most common confidence killers, patterns that feel harmless or even humble in the moment, but that compound over time into real self-doubt. See how many of these sound familiar? 1. Constantly comparing yourself to others. Social media has turned comparison into a full-time habit. You see someone's highlight reel, the promotion, the vacation, the perfect body, and measure your behind-the-scenes reality against it. This is a rigged game. You're comparing your struggles to someone else's show reel, and no one wins that comparison. Confidence grows when you measure yourself against your own past, not someone else's present. 2. Apologizing for things that don't need an apology. Sorry, quick question. Sorry to bother you. Sorry, this might be a dumb idea, but if you're apologizing before you've even said anything, you're training your brain to believe your presence and opinions are an inconvenience. Over time, this habit shrinks how much space you feel entitled to take up, in conversations and meetings in your own life. 3. Seeking constant validation. Checking how many likes a post got. Asking 5 people to review a decision you've already made. Needing someone else's approval before you feel okay about a choice. Occasional feedback is healthy, but when your sense of okayness depends entirely on external approval, you've outsourced your confidence to other people. It's now fragile because it's no longer yours. 4. Negative self-talk. The way you talk to yourself in your head becomes the way you eventually believe about yourself. I'm so stupid. I always mess this up. I'm not good enough for this. Said enough times, these aren't just thoughts anymore. They become identity. Confident people aren't people who never have self-critical thoughts. They're people who don't let those thoughts go unchallenged. 5. Avoiding discomfort and risk. Every time you avoid a hard conversation, skip an opportunity because you might fail, or stay quiet instead of speaking up, you send your brain a message: I can't handle this. Confidence is built through evidence, and avoidance denies you the evidence you need. The people who seem naturally confident aren't fearless. They've simply built a track record of doing things while afraid. 6. Perfectionism. Perfectionism disguises itself as a strength, but it's often a confidence killer in a nice outfit. When good never feels good enough, you never get to experience the satisfaction of finishing something and feeling proud of it. Instead, you associate your work, and by extension yourself, with constant inadequacy. Done and imperfect will always build more confidence than perfect and never finished. 7. People-pleasing. Saying yes when you mean no. Shaping your opinions around what you think others want to hear. Prioritizing everyone else's comfort over your own needs. People-pleasing feels like kindness, but underneath it is often a fear of not being liked if you show up as your actual self. Every time you betray your own preferences to keep the peace, you teach yourself that your needs don't matter as much as everyone else's, and that belief erodes confidence fast. Dwelling on past mistakes. Replaying an embarrassing moment from 5 years ago. Rehashing a mistake at work long after everyone else has forgotten it. Mentally punishing yourself over and over for something you can't change. Rumination keeps old failures alive in the present, making you feel like the same person who made that mistake, instead of someone who has grown since then. 9. Neglecting your body. Confidence isn't purely psychological, it's physical too. Chronic sleep deprivation, skipping meals, sedentary days, and ignoring physical health all affect mood, energy, and self-perception. It's hard to feel confident when you're running on empty. Small, consistent care for your body, sleep, movement, nourishment, is one of the most underrated confidence-building habits there is. None of these habits mean something is wrong with you. They're learned patterns, often picked up long before you had any say in them. And learned patterns can be unlearned. The shift usually doesn't come from one big change. It comes from noticing one habit at a time, catching yourself mid-pattern, and choosing a slightly different response. Confidence isn't the absence of these habits. It's the ongoing practice of catching them and choosing differently, one moment at a time. If you recognized yourself in even 2 or 3 of these habits, that's not a failure. That's awareness, and awareness is where change starts. Pick just one from this list, the one that stung the most when you read it, and focus on interrupting it this week. You don't need to fix all 9 at once. Small, consistent shifts compound the same way the habits themselves did, just in the opposite direction. Thanks for reading, and here's to building the kind of confidence that isn't dependent on anyone else's approval but your own.